everybody, it's Christina. Welcome to Blushing Rose Tarot. Today I'm doing my first video in a series I'm calling Tarot Tea. It's a series I created to dive deeper into my deck collection, and it's pretty simple. I just pick a deck and give you all the tea, from the favorite cards to soulmate cards. So join me for all the good, the bad, and everything in between. It's just really a way for me to dive into my decks and use them and talk about them and enjoy them. So welcome to the first episode. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. If you're returning and a subscriber, it's always good to see you, and thanks for subscribing. All right, so let's just dive into the first deck. And the first deck in my series is 𝐶𝑜𝑛𝑡𝑒 Tarot. So it's this one here. I have it in a really beautiful bag, and let's just dive into it. So this first section is simply just table of contents. Let's talk a little bit about just the basics of this deck. So it's called Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. Let me open this up. I love this wrap, by the way. If you're ever interested in knowing where I get my wraps, just let me know in the comment section, because there's a couple of places on Etsy that I frequent. I love them so much. I don't have all my decks in bags, but nevertheless. Okay, so Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. It's by Leilani Simone. This is an RWS system, and it's an indie deck. The style of this is collage. Really beautiful images. We'll go through these a little bit more. I got this on Etsy. I'm not sure if it's available other places. I think it's just on Etsy. And I would say, I'm a beginner in tarot. I would say with these images, maybe the reader level would be beginner to intermediate and advanced, but I think beginners can use this because I use it. So that's just basically the table of contents. Now let's go into the next section. So this section I'm simply calling What's the Tea? So we're going to dive into my interpretation and my thoughts on this deck a little bit more. So the first category I would say in this is personality or voice of this deck. I would say this voice of this deck, or the personality, for me is one, it's very spiritual. It taps into the subconscious mind for me. Like, look at this card here. Come on. It's also a really sassy deck. You're going to get some, it doesn't pull punches, so you're going to get some sass in here. It's also, for me, it's also a very comforting deck. It's one of those decks that it kind of reminds me of like advice from a friend, but the advice that your friend tells you after they bring you your favorite comfort food, you're sitting down, you're enjoying your food, and they're like, so let me tell you what's up. That's kind of how I see this deck. Next, I would say, how does this deck read? It's a layered reading. There's lots of symbology in here, lots of things that your mind, this one's pretty basic, but even with this geometric symbol here, your mind can go around in different places with this one. So I would definitely call this a layered deck as far as how it reads. It's also very honest, it's very clear, and it's also quite gentle. Yeah, that's what I've noticed with this deck. It's one of my absolute favorites. Now, if I was going to give this deck an astrology sign or element, I would say I'm an Aries, so I definitely think, of course, I have the Nurturer of Wands, which is Queen of Wands in this deck on top, but I would definitely say this would be your Aries friend, your Sagittarius friend, but then it also gives you just that insight and just playing both sides of the spectrum. So that to me is a Gemini. It also is super balanced. So of course I'm going to say Libra. And then it's also very emotional. It's got a water element to it. So if I was to give this deck astrology signs, I would say Aries, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, and Cancer. Now the best readings for this deck, I use it mostly as like my soul sister deck. So for me, I'm a little bit biased. I definitely think if you're looking for something a little beyond just the standard right away descriptions of this deck, you're going to find it in here. It lets your mind wander. It's very intuitive, I would say, as well. So the best readings for this deck is really any reading that you would want. But if you're wanting to dive deeper into an emotional aspect or see a different angle, I would definitely look towards this deck, and I do quite a bit. And lastly, in this What's the Tea? Why do I gravitate to this deck? the color palette, the use of images, the way that Leilani Simone, who's the creator, the way she treated even this. Look at this. You know, it's just, of course it's a collage, well, not of course, it is a collage deck, but with that being said, you can get lots of different layers in here. And so for me, it just speaks to me in many different ways. Intuitively, I love just the graphic elements in here. I love the color palette again. It's very soothing. It's also very, just gets my intuition just going. So that's really why I gravitate to this deck, and that's why I think it's unique. Definitely unique in my collection. Okay, guys, so the next category or the next section in my tarot tea is cast of characters. So I'm going to show you my favorite cards and some of my least favorite cards. And now, least favorite cards, I love the entire deck, so it's not like they're bad decks. I just, for one reason or another, don't connect with them as well. So let's start with the favorite cards. This is one of my absolute favorite cards. This World here. She reminds me of my mom, so there's a sentimental value to this one, but the World card is a favorite. I have a little deck here, little thing. So the next one is Seven of Wands. I love the intensity in her face. I love the color palette. I love how she's just bad. She's like, yeah, you're not getting me today. I got this. I love the Seven of Wands. This one is just really, it's cute. It's retro in my opinion. It's, well, not retro, it's vintage. I love this Three of Cups here. There's all these details. I'm not sure if you could see it. But the eye here, planets. I love this Three of Cups. This is another one of my favorites. I think this is a beautiful Nine of Swords. I mean, and the Nine of Swords is not the most welcoming card you're going to see when you pull a spread, but look at this. I love the colors, the dreaminess of it, the image. I love the spider web here and the spider. This really, to me, when I see this, it's Nine of Swords, and it definitely is in a more beautiful way, though. This Action of Wands. So Action of Wands in this deck, Action is the Knight. Look at how badass that is. Oops, you know, I don't want to get, just started my channel, I don't want to get it off because I'm cussing on it, but I love this. Look at the detail on this motorcycle. It's just, this pulls up a lot for me. It's one of my favorite cards. I love this Hanged one too. I just love the image. I love the flower for her face. It's really moody. The light's coming from the cord, which is not even really holding her there. It's just, it's kind of really suspended, and it gives me this pause in a graceful way, in a very serene way. So this Hanged one here. This deck, you'll notice, well, at least for me, the cards that would be bad, well, not bad, but give you a challenge, they're done so beautifully. But this is my next favorite, the Four of Swords. It's just so tranquil. The colors, again, the use of the colors in this deck is absolutely astounding to me. It's beautiful. So I love this Four of Swords here. The Six of Cups, I'm going to keep saying beautiful. I don't know another word, but this is incredible here. I love the Six of Cups. Go fast. I like the color treatment again in this card. This is Messenger of Wands, and Messenger of Wands is the Page of Wands. So Messenger in this deck is Page. I love this card. And look at this Two of Coins. Look at that. She's really popping out. It's vibrant. I feel movement in there, just movement in the thoughts. I love this one. The background of the bridge. I love this one. Oh, and this Action of Cups. Again, Action in this deck is Knights. This is gorgeous. We're just gonna pause on this one. It's just gorgeous. I love this card. Devil. Again, some of the ones that are more challenging cards when you see them. Look at how beautiful this is. The key is in the lock here, and I just love this one. Ten of Wands here. It's gorgeous. I mean, yeah. I keep saying it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, but it is. I love the intensity. I love the strength in this. I love the innocence of the child here. I love just the way it all flows. You have a little bit of darkness over here, but there's also light coming from behind her in the mandala. I think that's a mandala behind her. It's a beautiful card. And Death. I just love the abstract quality of this. It's simple. I just love this one. And you can see the challenging cards, the Tower. Look at the intensity in here and the beauty of this card. I love the way this card is treated. So these would be my favorite cards in the deck. I would say my least favorite cards, for just various reasons. I just don't really connect to this image that much. This is a Messenger of Swords, which again, Messenger in this deck is Page. I think this is a beautiful card, but for Empress, I don't see that so much in here in the standard way, but this one pushes me to see it in a different way. So it's one of my least favorite. The Star is a beautiful card just in general for me, and I think this image is absolutely gorgeous. I love the woman that she chose. I just don't connect with it in the standard way that I would see a Star card, but it pushes me a little bit more. The Seven of Swords here, I mean, she looks like she's up to no good. Like she's doing something. She's putting the sword in her coat here. For the Seven of Swords, Seven of Swords, I just don't connect with it as much with this image. And same with the Four of Coins here. He's stretching. He's sitting on it. I think, again, when I say it's my least favorite based on my knowledge of the tarot right now and how I'm learning the meanings. And so this, I guess, would push me from beginner to intermediate because I don't see it in the standard way. And this Five of Swords, she's someone's in the background there, sad. I'm not sure if you can see that. But I just don't connect with it in the same way. And lastly, Liberation here, Judgment. I see she's awakening and she's a butterfly. She's transformed. It's a beautiful image. I just don't connect with it the same way yet. So this would be my least favorite pile. This would be my favorite pile so far. Next category I have here, my Tarot Tea, is overall presentation. So let's look at the cards here. It's got a foiled back here, just this emblem here. You've got blue, turquoise, gilded edges. The cardstock, it's okay. I've been able to riffle shuffle this pretty easily. I can bridge if I need to. That was hand over hand, but I'm like, I can riffle shuffle. Promise you I can. And then I go ahead and do a hand over hand, but it riffle shuffles pretty easily. You can do bridge as well. So in that sense, I mean, it's good. I would say the cardstock in this would be, and again, this is on my knowledge here, the cardstock I would say would be maybe like a 6. Packaging, I don't have the box with me. I only have the wrap that I put it in, but the packaging is just a basic white hardcover box. Nothing super incredible there, so I would just give that a 5. The guidebook, so it's your simple white guidebook. It gives you a bit about what this is, like the Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. What is the Cosmic Seed? Her intentions when she created this deck. You get a little bit about reversals. You get a couple of spreads here. Spiritual growth spread. Actually, not a couple of spreads. You get one. Sorry. Spiritual growth spread. And then it goes into meanings of the cards. And I'll just give you one here. So the Magician, manifestation, alignment, potential. The Magician understands how to use the power of the elements to impact reality in a tangible way. You are an aspect of creative source energy, and you have infinite access to a reservoir of pure potential. Be very intentional right now. Tap into the energy of your sacral and solar plexus energy centers and create. Keep this at the top of mind. Thoughts and feelings are ripples that radiate out from you, and they impact reality. Reversal possibilities, self-doubt, inaction, and manipulation. I would say this guidebook, it really ties into the spiritual aspect of the deck for me, and so for that I think it's wonderful. When it comes to a new reader picking this up, you don't get a lot to go on. So overall, I would give the guidebook a 5.5, and this is subjective, you guys, but for my Tarot Tea series here, we're giving it numbers. So 5.5. Shuffability, again, it shuffles really, really, really well. So I would give it an 8 on shuffleability. And the last part in this is aesthetics or creativity. Again, I could be very biased, but I just love even the cards that are my least favorite. I really, truly enjoy. So I would give it, I was going to say 10, but I give it a 9.5. All right, so on to the next section. So the next section I have for you is soulmate pairings, and I'm going to pair this deck with a couple of oracle decks so you can get an idea, if you read that way, what it would look like or how it would read together. So the first one I have is actually an oracle deck by the same creator, so Leilani Simone. This is the Oracle of Awakening. So I'm going to pair it with hers first. Let's split this up here. See how this reads together. All right, hopefully it's in frame. I think so. So you have dissolve, release identity, merge with source, action of cups, kindred, tribe, ancestry, chosen family. I think this is beautiful, but I would imagine this is going to work well because it's the same creator. So let's see what's next. You have the unknown, nurture of wands, creation, which is inception, genesis, and manifestation. I love the way that looks. We'll do 2 more. So 9 of wands, and you have, shadow work, forgiveness and unconditional love, transformation, who are you becoming? Love this together. Beautiful. And the last one in this deck, I'll do another one. So we have downloads, attunement, calibration, upgrade, action of coins, and dreaming. Curious messages, endless possibilities. I love this combination. So let's go on to one more pairing. And for this one, it's a color deck. So it's the energetics of color. I have it in a bag here. Let me pull it out for you guys. It's one of my favorite oracle decks. I use it lots of ways, but this is one of my favorites. So this is the energetics of color. Oops. Take this off. So let's pair it with this one. Okay. See if you can see that. I keep trying to fix it, but it's moving my cloth, so we'll leave it like that. All right, so what do we have here? We have teal, which is competent, messenger of cups, hazel, which is journey. I love this color here. Then we have mauve, which is prepare. And for more in-depth on what these cards mean, there's a really great guidebook for this. But for the purpose of the soulmate pairing, we're just going to do it this way. So mauve, which is prepare, temperance, and ruby red, which is awakening. I love that flow. We'll do 2 more. Yellow, which is fruitful, the moon, and almond, which is ready. I love that. We'll do 1 more. Wow, look at this. Beige, which is rhythm, the teacher, and sky blue, which is elevate. The teacher is the Hierophant in standard decks. So yeah, this is my second deck pairing with the Cosmic Seed. All right, fam. So now here's a deck flip through. I'm going to put on some music and go through the cards. And the deck is not in order because I use this one a lot. So yeah, just enjoy the flip through. watching my video, you guys. So this is my very first episode of Tarot Tea with the Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. I hope you guys have a really beautiful day, whatever time it is for you, morning, noon, or night. I always greatly appreciate when you give me some of it. So thank you.